Today's topic, the fear of starting out. Hi, I'm Doug Holt, author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you uplevel what we call the 5 to thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and your business. I know many of you that listen to the Daily Growth Hacks know that I coach business owners. But I also know that many of you aren't business owners yourselves, but are aspiring to start your own thing, your own business, your own side hustle, your own company. And I know a lot of you believe that this is the answer to being on the path to author of your own story. But from talking to many of you and to getting the messages, to getting the direct messages on social media, the emails, as well as the text messages from a few of you that I've known for a very long time. First, I want to thank you for trusting in me and sharing with me your experiences. It really fills my heart. Also, I realize that oftentimes many people don't start their own business or their own side project or own side hustle because of the voices in their head. Either they don't know where to start, right? And let me know if any of these sound familiar to you, because I've certainly had them in my head in the past too. So not knowing where to start, right? Not thinking that you are an authority in a particular subject or an authority on social media. Maybe you don't have all your ducks in a row quite yet. Maybe you don't think you have enough time to do it. Maybe you don't think you have enough money, right? Remember that old saying, it takes money to make money. Maybe you think that if you go out there, people are going to laugh at you. Or maybe you think when you put something out into the marketplace, into the world, is it going to be good enough? Or maybe you're working on making it perfect. It's just not quite perfect yet. Whatever it is, these are all excuses that hold us back. They're excuses that hold us back from taking that first step, the first step on our journey. Now, what I want you to do is look at this excuse. Write it down in your notebook. Grab your journal, write it down. Where are you? Do any of these excuses make sense to you for not starting what you want to do? And maybe it's not a business. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you're looking at starting another exercise routine or some other passion you might have. Maybe it's an adventure, a trip you want to go on. And you have these voices going on in your head and you just haven't gotten started yet. Now I'm going to ask you a couple questions. One, have you had this voice or this excuse or this reason going on for more than a couple of months? If you've answered yes, then you're using that as an excuse to hold you back. Now, maybe not all the time, but I'm going to say 90% of the time. I certainly know that I have done it in the past, and I have to watch myself to make sure I don't continually do that. Now, if you're using this reasoning, I want you to write down all those reasonings you haven't started, right? I know a lot of people that say, it's just not the right time, or I don't know how to start. So let me address a few of these. If yours is, I don't know how to start, well, first of all, there's lots of courses and resources that are available for you. In fact, I coach young entrepreneurs to get to that level. And if I'm not a good fit, I'm happy to find somebody else for you. I know a lot of great business coaches, courses, and resources that allow you to take that first step. If you're saying, hey, I just don't have enough money. It takes money to make money, Doug. Well, that's not true either. You can bootstrap something and start for as little as $100. I started one of my companies without any resources or capital, just pure sweat equity. And I taught myself everything I needed to know along the way. And when I had money coming in, I reinvested it into the business through coaching, getting coaches to help me shorten the gap, bridge the gap from where I was to where I wanted to be. Now you might be saying, oh, my product's not quite ready. Well, that's BS too. Maybe it's not ready, but how do you know what the marketplace says? I can tell you from my experience, I've built so many products that I thought were amazing. I've spent countless weekends, nights, weeks just focusing on building the most amazing products that I thought were possible, only to find out that it wasn't what the marketplace wanted. Now, I have all my reasons for why they didn't want it, but at the end of the day, they didn't. And how did I come out with the most viable product, the quickest product to market, to get feedback from my customers? I would have saved so much time, frustration, and headaches. Now, yes, I learned a lot from the process, and those products have spun out into other products that I've been able to make money and been able to help a lot of people with. But I don't want you to use that as an excuse for yourself. Bring it to market. Bring it to market right away. Maybe you don't feel like you're an authority. That's also BS, right? You know more than somebody else on something. There's something you do. You have a different life experience. For me, it's the coaching experience that I have, as well as the business experience combined with all the personal development and travel and deep dives I've done into my own self to be able to help somebody else do it with themselves. For you, it might be different. Maybe, you grew up and you can play piano, you can play the ukulele. Maybe it's you just really know Spanish really well. You grew up in a Spanish speaking house. I don't know what it is, but for you, it's going to be different. You're going to have a unique skill and unique experiences based on your own lives. So what I want you to do is write down that story of the excuse that you have. Then what I want you to do is take that and go say, hey, what are 5 reasons, 5 facts that if you look at this, that it's not true, right? You just know 5 things that aren't true about this. I don't have enough time. Well, can I just do this after work? Yes. Can I wake up early in the morning? Yes. Can I do it during my lunch break? Yes. You know the truth around this. Now, you're going to fight some of these truths, but let these truths come up with these facts as if you were defending this new story that you do have time, right? So you're writing the opposite, again, using that excuse or story that I don't have enough time. Write that down and say, I have plenty of time, and then give 5 facts on why you have plenty of time. And go in it. You are defending this, like a lawyer on trial going right after it. Cool. So the second thing I want you to do is look at that, and then I want you to write those things in the affirmative, right? I have plenty of time because I can work on my side hustle during my lunch break. I have plenty of time because I can wake up truthfully a half an hour early, or I can skip this TV show I'm watching at night, or skip out of social media for a little bit, whatever it may be. And again, I'm using this one relationship to time for you as an example. Now, you can do it for whatever it is for you, and we all have our own excuses and our own reasons, and I certainly have mine, and I'm working on all the time with my coaches, the coaches that I hire. So that's what I want you to do, and look at this, and then realize that this is really the reality for you, right? This is the truth. And so look at this truth and make it your new reality, and take that first step, right? Right here, right now, if any of this resonates with you, if you feel like, I kind of have that too, what Doug's talking about, then I want you to say, what can I do right here, right in this moment to actually take a step forward? Now, it could be journaling for you, right? It could be just this journal exercise, the first step. Then calendar something out. So if it's time for you, I want you to block out your lunches. I want you to block out when you're watching, now football's over, no more Monday Night Football, but block out your news. Hey, I watch the 6 o'clock news every night. Well, block it out. You no longer watch the 6 o'clock news. Now you're doing this, right? Whatever it is for you, block it out on your calendar. Your calendar is going to show me your priorities. It's also going to show you your priorities. And that allows you to get a step further. Now, again, this might not be your business or side hustle, but maybe this is learning Latin dance. Maybe it's learning a foreign language. Maybe it's picking up a different skill. Maybe it's meeting new people, going to meetups, right? I hear this all the time from business owners and entrepreneurs who are talking about the area of relationships and saying they don't have enough contacts, enough friends, especially men, right? As men, we tend to really kind of be alphas sometimes, or we use that excuse anyway, and we become solitary. And I hear this from guys all the time that I work with, is that they can't find enough guys to hang out with, or guys that are the same way. And, I get it, right? It's hard for us. And I'll speak about guys and women. I know you guys want community too. But, the truth is you're not looking. The truth is, unless you're reaching out to people constantly, unless you're setting aside that time to put yourself out there, then how do you expect it? You don't expect a business to grow. You don't expect a plant to grow unless you water it, unless you spend time putting it in the sun so it can nurture. Same thing as with your relationship, same thing with your business, same thing with every area of your life. So I want to help you limit these excuses. So that's the first step. We're going to go through it. There's a lot more you can do in a deep dive with this, and I'm passionate about this because I know this is going to skyrocket you to the author of your own story lifestyle, whatever your story may be. And I want that for you. Go over to authorofyourownstory.com, sign up for the newsletter so you can get the tips, tricks, and techniques delivered right to your inbox. I also want you to jump into the Author of Your Own Story community on Facebook, because it's a closed group where we're going to have conversations like this. And of course, if you like anything like this, you need to be in the Author of Your Own Story University. Go ahead and send me a message and I'll make sure you get in. Author of Your Own Story University, for those of you that don't know or haven't had a chance to hear about this, it is a collection of all the tools and techniques that I've learned throughout the years, as well as the other coaches that we have here. Now, we send you not only an MP3 player, so you can, as soon as you get it, you put it in your ears. You can listen to it on the way to work, at the gym. You can listen to it while doing the dishes. You're also going to get journal material where you can go to a coffee shop or at your office or wherever you are and journal and have deep dives on the subject. And then we have videos. We have pre-recorded videos as well as a book of the month that does a deeper dive into the subject. So you don't have to just hear me or anybody else. You're gonna have multiple different looks at a subject that's designed to pull you forward into the life that you deserve. That's it for me today. Have a great day. Go inspire somebody by being the author of your own story. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.